Hey 3MJers, so for my next couple of vlogs I'm going to do a couple of days of eating for y'all. It's been a little while since I've done that, and it's one thing that I haven't really touched on too much yet in this series of vlogs that I've done, is just that, is a day of eating. And I'm going to warn you ahead of time, it's probably one of the most boring day of eating videos that you guys are ever going to see, because number one, my macros are not very high. I don't need, it seems like, a lot of food to sustain my body weight and to grow, you know, and to make gains for that matter. And then secondly, I usually only eat like twice a day, 3 times at most. So it's not going to be a whole lot to this. I do plan on making 2 of these though. Today's a training day, and the reason that this day may be of a little bit of value to you is because we have bare cabinets. And so I'm going to have to really kind of be creative with my food choices to stay, you know, full, and then also it's not going to be very extravagant, but I'll still hit my macros. I mean, the cupboards are bare, but I'll still hit my macros. So first of all, a little background: I'm a night owl, and didn't get up this morning until about, I think, about 10:30 or something like that, and been working. I had a Skype session at noon, and I've been doing coaching. I'm writing a program right now, and so far, the only thing I've had today is this Java. Again, the cupboards are kind of bare. I found a can of evaporated milk, and so I've essentially had 3 servings of evaporated milk, because that's what I've been putting in my coffee for coffee creamer. So I'm not sure what the macros are exactly there. I'll have to look it up, but I think it's, you know, going to be like probably 6 fat, 10 carbs, and 3 protein, something like that. That's all I've had today. And so yeah, it's about 2:20 now. Been working for a little bit, and then this is kind of what I got working, what I'm working on right now. We're gonna have some hash browns, so I'm cooking that in here right now as we speak. And a couple nights ago we made up some ground beef for, I think we had like tacos or something like that. And then this is egg whites. So I don't know if you guys are very familiar with Egg White International, but that's egg whites. I'm just gonna mix that all together in my little pan here. Now, one of the things I am gonna do, and that I do frequently do, is I sip on BCAAs all day. So I've got this cooler right here full of ice water, and one thing that I do get to keep fairly stocked up is my supple cabinet, you know, because AST does a good job of taking care of me. So I'm going to mix up about 3 servings of AR5 in this cooler, and then I like to put my creatine in there too. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that up, and then as I'm making this up, I'll revisit with you guys and tell you what the macros are. All right, so here's where we're at so far. I'm punching things into MyFitnessPal as I'm going along here. So here's where we're at. We've got, there's my my hash browns there. I am going to have a low-carb wrap with that, so I'll probably just stick some of that concoction in a low-carb wrap. There's my ground beef right there, and then there's my egg whites, the Egg White International egg whites right there. And I've also got up here, this is my amino acids that I punched in, and then there's my milk right there. So you can kind of see, you know, so far over here on this side, 270 calories, 616 calories. You know, that's not very much, so I'm going to be eating more. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be eating, but that's the beauty of flexible dieting, is that I'll kind of figure it out as I go along. So here's the egg whites right here. 1 serving is 122 grams. So I'm going to put 2 servings of this in my concoction here. So we just zero that. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to dump some in there. See what that says. Oh, a little bit much. 285. So 122 and 122 is 244. So we got a little bit more than 2 servings there, but close enough. I'll figure it out and punch it in and correct it. I got my cooler here. This is my branch unit. I'm just going to sip on this all day, and sometimes this goes over 2 days. I'll just keep drinking this all day, and then I'll just keep drinking on into it tomorrow. So a lot of times when it crosses over days like that, I'll just count it one day, but then I won't count it the next day. It all equals out, you know, regardless. But this is very satiating for me, you know, because sometimes, like you guys will see tomorrow, I'm going to shoot another video tomorrow because we're going to go out to eat. Tomorrow's football day, and we'll go out with the team and eat. And so I'll probably be sipping on this tomorrow as well. We'll see. I might have this all done because I am training today, and so I could drink all this during training. But this is what I got going right now, and then you know, I'm going to eat something else. I'm just not sure what yet because our cabinets are pretty empty, but I'll figure it out as I go along. So here's our feast. As you can tell, it's pretty good size. Ended up having the egg whites here. I ended up having 2 1/3 servings. Here's the low carb wrap right here. And then I just took some of this and dumped it in here. I'm going to have a protein bar with this. There's my coffee. This ketchup that's on here, 17 grams of ketchup is a serving. It's 5 grams of carbs. This is 8, so it's not even worth counting. And a lot of times this is about how much ketchup I use, so I don't even count it. So basically, here's where we're at for the day. I'm at with the protein bar, which I may have another one. I'm not really sure. I really like AST's VRO Pro bars, so sometimes I eat 2 of those. But in any case, if I eat 1, we're at 21 grams of fat out of 54 for the day. 127 grams of carbs out of 243 for the day. And then protein, we're at 98 of 243 for the day. So basically this is meal 1, and then I'll sip on my branched chain amino acids that are over there throughout the day and through training, and then we'll reconvene later on this evening when I eat either of a snack or meal number 2, whichever happens or what I decide. So, all right, so as you can see, it's about 8 o'clock. It's getting going on my training. Another cup of coffee. Yes, I'm a pothead, a coffee pothead, and I haven't eaten anything. I've had probably a couple tablespoons of coffee creamer in here. So that's what, 3 grams of fat, 10 grams of carbs. Been sipping on my branched chain amino acids all day, and you know, I'm pretty ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get the training in, and then I'll probably finish off the rest of my macros with one big meal after the training session, or at least that's my plan. We'll have to wait and cross that bridge when we get there. So stay tuned. Alrighty, so here's where we're at. I'm going to get, I need to get about 20 or so grams of fat. Need to get, where am I at with my carbs here? About 80 grams of carbs, and then you can see a good chunk of protein there. Probably over 100 grams of protein is where I'm at there. So training is done, and still haven't, you know, really eaten anything. And I'm not hungry, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been sipping on my branched chain amino acids here pretty much all afternoon, all during the workout, after the workout, and I'm really not hungry, but I'm going to eat because it's what I need to do. And so my wife has made a nice little, you know, kind of a meal here. I've measured out 12 ounces of chicken right here, and then this is some rice-a-roni that we had up in the cabinet that somebody gave us, chicken flavored rice-a-roni. And so a cup of prepared is 51 grams of carbs, 1 grams of fat, 7 grams of protein. So you can see I've measured out a cup here. I'm going to just basically dump that over my chicken there. And she made this a little bit ago. She made it while I was down at the gym training. So I'm going to heat it up in the microwave here, and we're going to go ahead and add that to our totals. So I'm going to take the box over here, and I mean, this is not something that we normally eat. So I'm just going to scan it and put it right into my log along with that chicken, and we'll see where it ends up. Oops, sorry about that. All right, so diary, we're going to go post-workout, and we're going to hit the scan bar here. Is it working? Doesn't look like it. Let's hit it again. There we go. And we're going to scan it. Okay, so 151.7, 157. So it's undershooting the carbs a little bit, but I mean, I'm off season. I just need to keep my weight, down to make the weight class at Raw Nationals. I'm not going to sweat 1 gram of carb, to be honest with you. So we're going to add that, and then along with that, I've already got some chicken in here. So we're going to go chicken breast. There we go, chicken breast. So I got 9 ounces in there. This is 4 ounces. I got 12 that I've got measured out. So that's going to be 3 servings. Is 12 ounces. 3 fat, 78 protein, 0 carbs. We're going to add that. See where that puts us here. 41 fat, 214 carbs, 203 protein. So carbs are getting close. I'm going to get a nice dessert. So I'm going to go ahead and cover that after I get done eating this meal. Alrighty? Okay guys, so I've got my my dessert plugged into my FitnessPal here. And I want to show you something that's interesting. And then this is, if you're wondering why this is, Alberto made a great video on the food companies, how they round their macros and their calories. But here's what I want you to kind of pay attention to. So right here, I've got 51 of my 54 grams of fat, right? So I'm 3 grams under. I've got, where am I at? Where's my protein? I'm 233 of my 243 grams of protein. And I'm at, where's my carbs? 239 of 243, right? So if you look over here, I'm 3 grams under on my fat. I am, where's my carbs? Right here, 10 grams under on my carbs. And then my protein is right here, 4 grams under on my protein, right? So I'm under on all my macros. But we go over here to the diary. And what does the diary say? It says that I am 99 calories over my, goal of 2,424 calories per day. So that just goes to show you cannot depend on what the calories say in MyFitnessPal. Go by the macros. And then if you're one of our 3DMJ athletes and you've got the spreadsheet is correct with the calories because it calculates the calories from the actual calories that are in fat, carbs, and protein, okay? I get that question a lot, and so that hopefully kind of clears that up if you have some. So basically, here's my dessert. It's weird, but this is one of my favorite things to have. Scoop of VP2, vanilla, 2 servings of PB Fit. Now one thing, pay attention, PB Fit is not PB2. If you look at the label, it's actually got more fat in it, but 2 servings of that, okay? Now I've thrown it into this measuring cup, but I weighed it. This is just something I'm going to mix it up in. I'm going to make sludge out of this, a really thick sludge, and I'm going to dump it right here in one of my low-carb wraps. These are the ones that I was referring to earlier. 11 grams of carbs and 2 grams of fat in that tortilla there. Normally, I'd put some sweetener in this, like maybe a couple packets of Splenda or something like that. But as I mentioned, we're out of food. We need to go do some. Grocery shopping, and basically everything that I have eaten today is kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up my sludge here. I like to put a little bit of this for a little buttery goodness in my sludge, and then I'm going to mix that up and just kind of talk about the day. So you can kind of see, I kind of told you guys it was going to be boring. It was going to be a boring day of eating. But you can kind of see, I just kind of scavenged. That was like our last little, thing of chicken that we've got in there. The wife boiled that up. You know, the rice-a-roni was just kind of sitting in the back of the cupboard. And you can kind of see I don't eat a whole ton of meals. You know, this is my second meal essentially. And, you know, with the addition, see, that's how I like to have my sludge. See that? Just like peanut butter, basically. But yeah, just basically sipping on that amino acids just all day really keeps me satiated. And so, like, the first meal was, what? The coffee kind of got me by. And the first meal was at 3 in the afternoon after rising at like 10:30, 11. Right? And that's, I know it looks disgusting, but I mean, it's literally like, that's how I like to have my sludge. And then, yeah, after that meal, I just sipped on the branched chain amino acids. I had a little pre-workout coffee with some creamer in it. It wasn't even, you know, really good creamer, macro-wise. It was like 10 grams of carbs for 2 tablespoons. I love that stuff. And then, yeah, now here it is midnight. I'm eating my post-workout meal. So, still hit my macros, as you could tell. Even a little bit under my macros. And tomorrow will be a little bit more exciting. Tomorrow's football day. So I'll probably get up and have something really protein-rich. I still have a ton of those egg whites in there. So maybe I'll just make a gigantic egg white omelet. I'll mix up my branched chain amino acids again. And I'll just sip on that all day until after the football game. And then we're going to go out to eat. And so I'll track that, show that for you. A little bit more exciting, but at the same time, still nothing extravagant. Okay? Yeah, this is my Portuguese roots. Take it and shove it in a tortilla. All right, so thanks for watching. I hope that that helped a few people. And yeah, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching.